Hey everyone, welcome to Red Men TV. Steve here. Yes, Liverpool round up the group phase group phase, Champions League, whatever. With a comfortable, in the end, 6-0 win over Qarabag. A very, very fun evening indeed for the Reds. Plenty of goals, not too much in terms of danger, so really, really good. Could have been more actually as well, if not for a couple of good blocks, good saves, maybe a little bit of, I don't know, bad finishing is the right word, really, but a couple of misses. I mean, Alexis McAllister will be pulling his hair out that he didn't end up with a perfect Champions League hat-trick because he had a great opportunity to do so. But yeah, Liverpool, to be fair to Liverpool, their European campaign has been excellent, really, hasn't it? You know, that one blip, of course, at home to PSV, which was a really, really bad one. They got a bit of bad luck maybe in Turkey with the Galatasaray decision. You know, it works out sometimes, doesn't it, in your favour that you get a bit of good luck, I suppose, in Italy with Inter. But yeah, Liverpool in Europe have been pretty good, and tonight was no difference. And I don't know, going into that Qarabağ game, if anyone was thinking Liverpool are going to get beat. I don't think anyone else did. Even the most downhearted of Liverpool supporters at this moment in time probably didn't think that. But I'm not sure many of us expected 6-0 either. And yeah, some really, really good performances. When you win 6-0, listen, for the most part, most of your players probably play well. So it's picking out some standouts is going to be difficult. But the aforementioned Alexis McAllister first, let's start with him. Like I say, gets 2 goals. Could have had a hat-trick as well. 2 goals from a combined, 1 yard out maybe. Really, really good, reacts well to the header. Liverpool scoring from set pieces again, which is really something to take note of. I thought against Bournemouth, the set pieces looked a little bit better. Obviously, they scored from one down there, and then they get another one today, which was actually a well-worked move. I'm pretty sure it was meant for Ekitike to flick it on to Virgil, but Virgil nods it down, and McAllister keeps it alive, bundles it over the line with his own head. And yeah, that's one of a hat-trick of assists for Virgil van Dijk as well, including one in the last minute where he's striding through the middle of the pitch to get on the end of a through ball. So a really good night for the captain. So set pieces was a major positive. Obviously, we score from, I mean, it's not a direct free kick, is it, with Salah, but it's a little shift and rolls reverse from Szoboszlai's strike at the weekend with Sobo back heeling it to Mo. And good to see Mo back. He looked much more like Mohamed Salah, I'd say. You know, some really good, some good moments. Again, if not for he could easily have had the assist again for Alexis to get his hat-trick. He scores his goal well. He takes it well, the little reverse free kick type move into the far corner. So really, really good to see Mo back, smile on his face. Liverpool attacking well. Did we learn too much? I don't know, because to be fair, I was quite surprised by Qarabağ and their use of tactics. I thought maybe they would try and do the things that all teams who've hurt Liverpool do. And try and, be a bit more direct, be a bit more physical, try and slow the game down. But they continued to try and play through us and, play out from the back, and they kept getting themselves into a little bit of bother. And ultimately Liverpool capitalised a few times, could have capitalised more. So I'm not sure we've learned too much in terms of that style of play, other than if teams try and play against Liverpool, to be fair to the Reds are pretty good at dealing with that. And again, today they showed that they could do just that, or tonight rather. So not too much from that one, but again, it's never a bad thing when your forwards can get on the goal sheet and you can get your defenders on, your midfielders scoring some goals. It'll do the confidence a world of good. It'll do the manager a world of good. Obviously, plenty of questions about Arne Slot and, his future and rumours and stuff like that. And obviously that's based on the domestic Premier League form. I don't know what the thinking is above, FSG or the sporting director or whoever's in charge of making those decisions in terms of the head coach. But I think his European form more this season, even last year, to be fair, Liverpool were pretty good in Europe for the most part. They eventually get knocked out on penalties by the champions in a very tough game. But for the most part, Arne Slot's record in Europe at Liverpool has been pretty good. And he showed it again today. Like I say, the PSV one's the real blip on the copybook. But other than that, it has been pretty good, and Liverpool won't be fearing anybody in that that knockout phase. To some potentially good teams they can play there. Bruges, Juventus, of course, and then one of Galatasaray and Atletico Madrid, both of whom Liverpool have played this season, so they'll be familiar with them. I don't think Liverpool will be fearing any of those in the next phase. This isn't like when they got PSG last time. There's some good teams there, don't get me wrong, and of course Liverpool would have to play well to beat them, but it's not as daunting as the draw they ended up with last time. So yeah, I think going back to it, I think the European form might be playing a part in Arne keeping it. It might not be. I might be reading too much into it. It might just be that they're happy with him no matter what, and they're going to stick with it, and there's a plan in place, and they're going to execute and try and revamp the squad. But if Liverpool were in 24th place in the Champions League, maybe the conversation would be a little bit different than being in 4th place, which was ultimately, 3rd place rather, where they ultimately end up in the table. So congratulations to the team on what's been a pretty good, like I say, Champions League campaign all told. Negative of the game, obviously, the Jeremy Frimpong injury is a major blow. Liverpool without Conor Bradley for the season, lose Jeremy Frimpong a couple of minutes into the game. We look like a green issue from what we could see on the screen where he was getting treatment. Obviously, Joe Gomez out injured as well, so there's Liverpool's first three right backs now out. We don't know how Joe's doing for the weekend. He didn't train ahead of this game, so given that the game against Newcastle at the weekend, is he going to be ready for that? That's a tight turnaround. If he didn't train Tuesday, Wednesday, is he going to be available Saturday? Maybe not. Obviously, Calvin Ramsey's ineligible to play in the Champions League, so he couldn't come off the bench. He might be an option at the weekend. That would be tough, I think, for Liverpool against Newcastle with their pacey wingers, probably against Anthony Gordon. It was Wataru Endo tonight who did the job, and I thought did it really well. I was interested when I saw Frimpong go down. I was wondering what that meant. I just presumed it would be Szoboszlai going to right back, but the manager stuck with Endo, and actually he did well. To be fair, Endo, he got forward where he could, but he defended and did his job properly. So we'll see what that means for the weekend and going forward. But that is a big shame for Liverpool. I know, there's been talk about the transfer window and what Liverpool are or aren't going to do. For me, they should have signed a defender anyway. I can't believe I'm just looking at my watch there, by the way. The 28th of Jan time recording, and Liverpool haven't signed a defender. If this Frimpong injury is a bad one, and if it's months or numerous weeks, which it looks like it could be, given how he looked, Liverpool really should be in the market. Never mind letting players go. Andy Robertson being like with a move away. That's nonsense. Liverpool should be in the market right now for a player. And for a defender, whether they will, I don't know. If they got someone on the hit list that they maybe were thinking of for the summer, can they go and do something now? Because Liverpool are down to the bare bones at the back. They've got no right backs officially on the. They have got one centre back, albeit obviously I don't know what the situation with Ibu Konate is and when he's going to return. But as of that game right there, they had Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson on the pitch, and then they had Milos Kerkez on the bench. That was it. Obviously, you can add Calvin Ramsey in for the weekend for the game in the Premier League, and then obviously the young lads like Nalo, but I'm not sure they're viable options at this stage. So yeah, I think Liverpool really should be considering going into the market. Seamless cut there as I had to pause my video to sneeze. None of us would have known if I never said it, but we're going to carry on anyway. Yeah, so yeah, defenders, they have to do it. Shame on for Frimpong rather. It's a big blow. That is the real negative of the game. But yeah, the positives, like you say, the goals. I thought Verse was excellent. I thought Ekitike took his goal really, really well. That one-on-one, never doubted him when he got into that position. So go for Verts again. His little partnership with Ekitike is flourishing. Amazing for Alexis, who's had a bit of an up and down year, to get a bit of confidence getting those goals. Like I say, Virgil with the 3 assists. Salah getting back amongst it. I felt a bit sorry for Cody Gakpo. If I like the goalie, he was the only one. He was the only one in the goal he was trying to make decent saves off. Was Cody Gakpo. He gets a bit unfortunate a few times. He could do with a goal. Nice to see the young lads get on. The manager was able to rest Ekitike. He was able to rest Florian Wirtz. He was able to rest Dominic Szoboszlai as well. He was able to make those changes, which was a real positive. And yeah, nice one. Finally, Federico Chiesa getting his goal at the end as well, getting the crowd singing, which was good. So all in all, a really positive day for Liverpool, positive evening for Liverpool, a really positive European campaign so far. We'll see how that knockout phase goes and who we're going to get, whether it be Juventus, Atletico, Bruges or Galatasaray. Not any easy away games there. A couple in particular feel a little bit tasty. If Liverpool have to go to Juventus or go back to Turkey potentially, go to Madrid. But we'll cross them bridge when we get to it. For now, the Reds have done their job, both this evening and throughout this competition so far. So credit there. Yeah, while the Premier League form has been way below par, I think it's fair to say the European campaign has been pretty good, and long may that continue. Yeah, like Arna said, it's hard to win the Premier League and the Champions League at the same time. Well, maybe Liverpool can forget the Premier League. Maybe they can go and do a 2005 and have iffy Premier League form, but go on and win the European Cup. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't we all love that? Let's believe in them, and let's hope we don't draw any English teams on the way, and then maybe that might make it a bit easier. But yeah, that is my reaction anyway. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do use the comment section below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching us on the app, or if you are listening to this as a podcast, feel free to get in touch on the socials. Just find Red Men TV on any of them, and you can tell us your thoughts on the game and Liverpool's European campaign as a whole. But yeah, thanks very, very much. Really do appreciate you guys joining us. If you haven't already, and I've just mentioned it, do go and download that Red Men Plus app as well. It's completely free, won't cost you a penny. It's the best place to go and get all of your Red Men content. All the free stuff is on there. You can watch it, like I say, it doesn't cost you a penny. If you want more of the subscription stuff, you can subscribe on the app too, and it'll only cost you £1 to go and get stuff like the player ranking show, the Journo Insights. It'll cost you £1 for your first one. So if you want to go and check that out, please do go and do so. And also, you get videos and podcasts like the one you're listening to or watching now, completely ad-free as well. That option is available for you. Right, yeah, Liverpool 6, Qarabağ 0, up the European Cup 7 times, soon to be winners Reds, fingers crossed.